So there it is, guys. The tide's on its way back in. It's about 6:40. Got here at 4:20 with a half-hour drive to get here. Tomorrow the tide will be, I think, 6 o'clock, and so I'll have a couple hours. I wanted you guys to enjoy this sunrise over Spreadington Shores. Holy moly, just gorgeous. If you guys beach hunt at all, I want to make a note for you. Here's the tip of the day. You see this weed line? Now the tide's on its way back in. You see that shelf right there? Look, guys, that's a cut. That's a shelf. See how it pinches right there at the corner? I'm gonna be willing to guess that that's where I found like 3/4 and whatever this morning. Make a mental note. I'll be here tomorrow, so make a mental note, where to walk right to the beginning, where the targets all collect. All this gets washed out and re-washed in and re-washed out. Targets get washed in and out, and then they all end up in the same low spot. So, wow, what am I doing talking? Enjoy that. So I used to say that the beach changes every day, which it does. If you come to the same beach for 5 days, let's say 4 days in a row, you will be able to find gold. You'll be able to find some really heavy heavies, okay? So all this top line right here, that was all humped in the last 4 or 5 days, maybe even a week, where the tide will come in to a certain level and then create a notch, or a few of the waves, a little bit heavier waves, will push in a hump, push the sand right into a spot, right? So last night's tide, and the tides are getting higher and lower throughout the moon cycle, obviously. So last night's tide came all the way in and pulled the hump back out. Now this afternoon's tide will stop at a certain point and then create a ledge, like a pull-out ledge, where the waves will come in and pull out the sand. So without that hump there, okay, so because that's all been covered in the last week, with the waves from last night's tide pulling that all to flat. You see how it's flat all the way out? And I got here before light, so this was all just a trough. So that's going to be flat all the way out. So this afternoon's tide's only going to come up to about where the hump had been. Well, what that's going to do is that's going to cut out, like, not a lot, not a big giant cut, but it's going to pull out some sand. Now, without that hump being there anymore, and then that sand being gone, that little depression right there is where you're going to find anything that was caught in that hump. Okay, so the hump's almost huntable now because it's almost down, the equinox can get to it. You might have to have, 2 scoops deep. It might be 18 inches to get to a target, but that top hump is huntable. Now, everything from the beach collects just before the hump or in the hump. The sand gets humped up over it and it's not accessible. So last night leveled it out, and then this afternoon is going to pull out to a crease. So if you're here this afternoon, or like me, maybe you spent all day today, right? I had a guy go, "Oh man, I'll never spend 11 hours just to collect that much junk." And he didn't know that I was shooting videos, guys. The guy's just, I don't want to call him names, but a mama's boy, been given stuff his whole life, has the most expensive metal detector, probably has somebody call him and say, hey Jim, come on over here and hunt this area. I've got this spot laid out for you. And listen, if you guys are YouTubers and you're coming to Florida and you don't contact me, you're silly. Especially if you're coming to the West Coast in the middle, Pinellas County. And what I can do is I could do the 3 or 4 days pre-advanced, research, and then tell you right where to come, and we could spend 3-4 hours finding targets. I found a cross this morning. I found a fishing pole, or a reel and part of a pole, a whole bunch of coins right there. The tide's coming back in really fast now. Another thing you can do is watch what it does. it starts pulling this away, If you don't mind fighting some waves right here, what it's going to do is expose low targets. As it's bringing that sand, you know, as it does its moving of the sand, it's going to pull out a little ledge. And it might cover this trough in. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll be here tomorrow morning and check it out. But if you guys are coming to Florida and you're metal detecting in your YouTube channel, contact Vermont Derek, because I can put you on a good spot. There you go. Good morning. Wow, check that out. So I've been here for 3 hours this morning already. And I was just explaining how that trough's going to come out. That'll all come out in a mid-tide today. So this afternoon will be good hunting right here at this beach, because the hump's gone from the high tide last night. So it's going to be some really good hunting. I also said this morning, make a mental note about this line. See the grid line, line. So anything that comes in is lower. So make a mental note, come to some low spots tomorrow morning. There you go. I'm sorry I didn't get a lot of targets. I'm just going to have like a reveals video. Maybe I'll have, I don't know, a little bit more time through this area. But I'm going to head home, get some sleep, edit some videos, and then be here at 3:30 a.m. tomorrow. This is really cool. I just explained that this hump is gone. So that was negative. Remember I said just put a little tab in a negative. There was another negative something that was really long and chattery there. But you see this black sand line? There's a difference between that sand and then this black sand. There was a hump here. The hump's gone. And you can see, you know how when it humps up in like washout hump spots. You can see the washout hump spots. Now everything's accessible. What I did is I tightened my grid up to the top here, doing some loopity loops over this X hump, and I'll let you know when I get another target. Other than that, -8 solid. So there's the look back. Just explained I'm going up and down, doing the up and downs. Went up onto the beach, found a piece of foil, looped back down. A lady spoke with 2 wonderful women, came back down to here, and I got a 16, which was strange. Obviously you're gonna stop for the 16, back up. A lot of grunts over here, which -8, -9, -8, -9 over here. Another one there, another one, and then I got a clearly a dime. Okay, so that's pretty simple. But what did that just tell you guys? What did I just tell you about what's going on there? Right? You should probably do a little, so the up and downs teach you that you're finding how to find this spot right here where everything comes off the beach and collects. So you should probably do a circle, maybe a tighter up and down grid through this area for a minute, and see if there's anything else. All right, so anything else? Remember, I didn't even do a loop. I just, I wanted to complete the coil. There's that negative, there's the negative, another negative. Those are all clearly negatives. And then see how it's 25 with a negative in there? That's gonna be a dime. See, now it's almost all negative. Still gonna be a dime. I'm guessing a dime. I'm guessing a dime, guys, because something in the sand makes the coins really act funny. And I still gotta dig up a negative and have it be I'm gonna go a little deeper just for I always do that for you guys. I would have already paddled over that first scoop, and it's most likely gonna be in the first scoop. See, it was in the first scoop. I did a double scoop for you guys. Took fresh dime, see? But what did I just say? There's a dime, there's a dime. Those are negatives. Now, you know, if you're really cleaning this, you need to pick those up. Look, you know, there could be a ring or something valuable next to that. You know, I don't know what it is. You might want to dig it up just for information, but I'm heading home. So I'm just showing you, like, of course, I'm going to slow down and grid this off now, right? So I'll be back. A lady just asked me if she had to pay for my videos because I was explaining to him what I was doing here. I found a dime, and what else I found this morning. But I tightened that group up. Remember I said, like, you come up, I put a tab there, that's negative, tab there, that's negative, tab there, that's negative. Those are all targets, but solid negatives. Boom, right here, look. Just a penny. Okay? Give me a little bit of a 19, maybe you could get something, but it's pretty close to the surface. Pretty close to the surface, so you guys can watch. It's just going to be a stinking, not deep at all. And if it is deeper than that, it's something better than a Lincoln. Yep, see? You guys need to know your machines. Okay, that was pretty simple. Right? Stinking Lincoln. But it's information. Information. Okay? So you just came up, you tightened up your group. It might be a sign that you need to do some up and overs, right? So maybe you need to widen your up and overs because maybe nobody's hunted this and then it's flowed out a lot of change, right? In front of whatever this is, that building there, probably a vacation rental or something. Maybe people are in there now and using this beach. You see that spot? Like, this is pretty tractored off. This is pretty tractored off right here. So there's a spot right there where somebody's laid, they put out their blanket. Thank you, sir. So they put out their blanket right there. So maybe you want to do a loop up over, like here, like this is completely packed in, right? Chairs. I got something negative, probably a 10 stake, but this is clearly used, right? Or somebody was clearly sitting here. You don't have to do that. You might want to stay down on the wet. So that was all the way up and over and nothing. But you don't have to do that. I just suggested maybe you do, because maybe the fact that there's pulled down change here means the upper beach hasn't been hunted. There's a couple spots there, where people were sitting all day long with their feet. You know, maybe you want to spin up to that area. Maybe something happened last night. Maybe somebody, you know, maybe something happened where some pants came down and they lost some jewelry or something. Maybe some dude put his wedding band in his pocket and he shouldn't have. So check those spots. Hey, so coming across this hump, I'm hearing some deep signals. I just went up into the white sand there because there's so many people on the beach already in the area where I want to do some Z's. So this hump right here, I'm hearing the deep signals. Like I said, there's going to be some targets exposed there. The Equinox goes deep, so you guys can run that. You guys got some PI machines. Apparently the the new white surf machine there, that goes really deep. Use some of those machines along this hump, where some other machines, the AT Pro's not going to be digging that. They can't go as deep as we can. Pro's good on the beach. Pro's not good down here. So, all right, my grids are still tight. I did a little loop up, didn't need to go back up there. I dug up a piece of crab trap there. You guys didn't need to see that. It was like mostly negative. Started cleaning up a little bit. Crab traps have these little aluminum things on them that makes them chirp off at like 16. If you're leaving anything that's chirping near 16, you are not finding any rings. So again, the up and down's tight right here. You can almost start making out a clue line. Look, see this black line? I told you that this hump is gone. Now anything that was in or in the hump, in the 1.5 foot of the hump, is now right here. So it's almost like a new coin ring line. Negative hump, negative hump, negative hump, negative, dime, 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 or dime, dime. And then the nickel was up top. And now I've got this interesting thing here. This deep grunt, grunt, grunt. Let's move my shovel back. Hang on, guys. Sorry about that. See the number? 32, 20, 28, negative 5, 24, 21, negative, 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 32, 27. Pinpointed 27. That sucker's gonna be deep, guys. And I had no idea what it is. So a guy was asking me a whole bunch of questions, and he thought our machines only picked up gold. I said, no, it's a metal detector, not a gold detector. Wouldn't that be nice just to be able to go grab the gold? And he's like, so it'll pick up my watch. And he had a Rolex on. I should have thought it was a stinking. It's a 21, 20 out of the hole, guys. It's a stinking Lincoln for sure. Where you at, Mr. Abe Lincoln? Abe Lincoln. Stinking Lincoln. So that was a chirp of 34 down to a negative 7. Right? Yeah, crazy, huh? So you never know what any signal is. Wow, check that out. So I've been here for 3 hours this morning already. And I was just explaining how that trough's going to come out. That'll all come out in a mid-tide today. So this afternoon will be good hunting right here at this beach, because the hump's gone from the high tide last night. So it's going to be some really good hunting. I also said this morning, make a mental note about this line. See the grid line, line. So anything that comes in is lower. So make a mental note, come to some low spots tomorrow morning. There you go. I'm sorry I didn't get a lot of targets. I'm just going to have like a reveals video. Maybe I'll have, I don't know, a little bit more time through this area. But I'm going to head home, get some sleep, edit some videos, and then be here at 3:30 a.m. tomorrow. Area that I was hunting this morning. Whoa! Did you just see that? Ow! Look at it! That is fantastic! That is so spectacular. I'm so glad I had the camera on. That is awesome. Who needs to go to SeaWorld? Okay, so those rocks were exposed completely and I was detecting between them. Not quite between them, but very close. I was in the water just a little bit under some of the bigger ones. But if that doesn't show you, like this whole shelf right here drops into the rocks. So if you're able to get into the rocks, obviously I found the cross like right there. Actually, it was right by the pole, on the back side of the pole. So the pole was exposed and I was right, on the back side of the pole. This is a little deeper. That pole I don't think ever was like exposed to the base, but the rocks right on this edge were. So yeah, I know where I'm gonna be tomorrow. That corner right there is where I couldn't leave the corner. Actually, I'm gonna head up to that corner and then I'll leave from that corner. So here's the corner I was at yesterday before I ended up going down to the pier. Notice the difference today versus yesterday. it's completely like sanded in here. This whole corner had a nice, you know, bend and groove to it, and I couldn't get off this corner because there was signal after signal after signal. And if you didn't know that, you'd come detect this whole area and you wouldn't get anything. But you can see the hump and then the dip hump, you know. So tomorrow I'm assuming everything's going to get washed out. We'll have to see. I guess it's a lot to do with the direction of the waves. Always leave your detector running. I just told you I was going to wrap up from there. You can see the drag shovel, and I should probably go over this again real quick. Okay, no, maybe they were heading out to feed the meters. Look, 19, 20, 21, 30. There's clearly a change spill. 13, there's a nickel, another nickel, nickel, clearly a change spill. All right, so maybe I'll dig a little bit of that in front of you. I don't know how frustrating it's going to be. Let's see if I can. If I got the quarter at all. So the 13 is still in there, so I'm assuming the quarter's gone. Okay, right? So there's the quarter. We'll pick that up. So anybody else with any guesses? Wait. Strange. That's a dime? I'm not sure. I'm thinking it's a stink. Did I get it? Yes, sir. Oh, God, I'm getting good with these stinkins. Oh, it's even a wheat penny. Look at that, guys. How much fun is that? That's funny. What year wheatie is it? It's 53. 53 wheatie at the beach. There you go. How cool is that? So let's go. Keep going. So near the really close to the quarter is the nickel. See if we got that. Yes, sir, we got the nickel. What else? Thought I had two nickels. No, that's how big that nickel signal was. And let's see, let's move the shovel back a little bit. That's it. Little coin spill. And don't be scared of, fainting out a little bit. But I was heading to the truck, but always leave your detector on. So yeah, what was that? 31 cents for leaving my detector on. How cool is that? Just a few seconds. So cover your holes, and I'll see you during the wrap up. But I've got 150 yards or 100 yards of beach, so maybe I get another quarter. All right, so you guys didn't see me pick up a juice box just randomly because it's still sitting there on the beach. And I was just thinking God has his ways, right? Like, I was thinking, well, God's gonna have me circling back to the trash can to throw out the juice box. And I heard something chirp right there. It was 26. Usually 26s are like a Bud Light, bigger, those big screw-on trash, yeah, that thing called a lid or cap or whatever you want to call it. Jeez Louise. So it was my daily vape. I had to pick up a vape. My daily vape. And I'm heading out because I remember yesterday I was here, right? They set up, the guy set his volleyball net up here and he had his class of girls here. The parents were sitting watching their daughters here over there in the chairs. On my way out, I was just looping up thinking, let's just go through this. What are the odds of the girls wearing some jewelry? And look, sitting on the ground, just on the ground. Nice. Gotta love it. So I can't even get off the beach yet, guys. I'm gonna loop through this volleyball area where the girls were, and then I'm gonna head out. Holy crap, guys. You better believe in some sort of higher power. When I was here yesterday, I did all, 11 hours here. On my way out, there was a volleyball thing here. I just gridded. I can't get out of here, right? And yesterday when I did the white sand, I walked in, I came up this path because this is the nefarious activities. Remember I say people want to be hidden from stuff. This is actually a steep hill too, so if you're going up, maybe you put your hands in. And over there I found bottles, and it's where people come to drink. So on my way out, I zigzagged across the volleyball thinking the girls might lose something. They're probably not wearing any jewelry anyway, but what they do wear is going to be a thin gold chain. So I'm going across, and I could have done a whole nother video about how I just gridded across this volleyball thing, picking up every number 1, number 1, number 5, number 7, number 5, number 1, number 1. Now the number 1s are the chains. The Equinox is the best machine ever for picking up gold chains. Notice that there's some footprints that came up here that are fresh. You would not believe. Look at how cranky choppy that is. I'm like, there's no way. Look, it's a bottle cap. Look at, guys, watch. So I saw it, and look. So I'm like, oh, that's just the rim from a bottle cap, right? And I went just like this to dig it because I thought it was a Bud Light bottle cap. Look. So I'm like, oh, geez, that's just a bottle cap because how thick it is. OMG. Are you guys even seeing that right now? OMG. I don't even know if it's real. I don't even care if it's real. I don't even care if it's real. This day has just made me smile. Like I said, I could have just done 7 more videos, but that right there just made me smile. Holy moly, camole. I don't even know where to even begin. I don't even know what to do. I need to take some pictures, so I'll be back. I got to take some pictures while it's still laying there. Hey guys, here's a quick wrap up for today. I don't know how many hours it was total. What time did I leave? It was probably about 5 hours, 6 hours, 5 hours. If I wasn't filming, I would be able to do so much better. Obviously, you can concentrate when you're not stopping to do B-roll and put it, lay stuff down. I want to take photos. I'm talking to Facebook. I'm not completely hunting all together. I did find a spot. When you spend more than one day at one beach, you'll learn where to go every time. I discussed that in this video, so if you're getting this far, it may sound like some redundancy a little bit, but saw the cross. Looks like it's got a diamond in the front. Oh, I didn't clean it completely. I didn't clean it yet. I just washed it off. It's got some markings on the side. T something, I don't know. I'll look at it with a loop in a minute. This thing, believe it or not, I didn't even see it. Just like a lot of these what's-its and stuff, I just put them in my bag because it was pre-light. I didn't even look. Look at the bling on that thing. Must have come out of somebody's belly button. It's got a gold post, which is always a good sign. Man, I wish I had the rich girlfriend that could afford to put a, can you imagine that? You know, a $5,000, $10,000 belly button. That would be so cool. Anyway, it's, you know, copper back or rose gold. Maybe it's rose gold or whatever. And then the big 18K fat, juicy, whatever that was in the spot where I looked yesterday. So I knew I saw some fresh tracks going to the same spot I looked. I found a lighter in that spot, and I saw fresh tracks, so I knew that somebody had gone up there. You saw me recover this. It came off as like a bottle cap, so I'm not sure. I think it's like coated in gold. It says 18K something in there. I picked this up. I'm not sure if this is a vertebrae. I think I'm almost positive it's a fish rib. But look at that. Imagine catching that in your foot. That would kind of ruin your day. And then this little thing, I saw it sitting there. I think it's a shark's tooth or some kind of fish's tooth. It's got ridges on it, so I'm pretty sure it's a shark's tooth. And then some change. That's it. A couple fishing weights. And this is the accumulation of all the time that I put in to be able to just go and find this stuff. Tomorrow morning's even better, because tomorrow morning will start at like 2 a.m. because I'm going to get there at like 2 a.m. and then just hunt till like 7 or 8 tomorrow morning. So wish me luck. A couple pairs of sunglasses. Those are always fun. This is tied together, so somebody must have tied them together and put them on the beach. Or it says Diff Eyewear. Make a difference. Make a difference. Anyway, enjoy. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe and tell everybody about me. Tell everybody to share, like, share, you know, all the goodies.